I grew up with inner childhood wounds like neglect, abandonment, and overprotective wounds. Well, you would focus on like the inner work. So basically healing, like meditation, positive affirmations and working on that. And slowly over time, gradually, it starts to change your inner being. Sure. My name is Americo, and I'm a spiritual mentor and life coach.
So, guys, welcome back to this new podcast. And I'm super excited today because we have Americo with us, and he's a spiritual mentor and helping a lot of people with their blockages and stuff. So, I'm very excited for the podcast today. So, Americo, how are you doing? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good. So Americo, let's get started with the journey of yours because I wanted to know more about like how did you enter this industry and how did you started healing people and the spiritual journey.
Well, for myself, honestly, I would say it was a little bit of trying to escape the pain and also looking for peace in my life. I grew up with inner childhood wounds like neglect, abandonment, and overprotective wounds. And as a result, I suffered with being a people pleaser. Um, I had low self esteem, anxiety,
Mm,
and would constantly prioritize the needs of others because I didn't value myself, right?
yeah.
And I didn't know my own self worth. So I wanted the approval of others. So then over time, you just get sick of being how you're being treated, of getting neglected, and you get sick of the same patterns, and then you just awaken to your reality one day.
So before like what do you do for the full time? So before getting in this coaching business, what was the thing? Are you into some corporate world and how was that?
So before this year, I was doing painting. I was painting homes, but it was something that didn't really resonate with me.
Yeah.
I wasn't really happy doing that career. So I wanted to
Right.
change.
Mm, right. So for you, like for me, like for getting in this industry, like one thing helped me a lot, that was Reiki. I started doing Reiki for myself. And apart from Reiki, I also experienced what is hypnotherapy. I have done some sessions for hypnotherapy. And that is how
Excellent.
like that helped me a lot. For you, what was that? Like what was one thing that helped you a lot to keep moving in this industry?
For me, it's meditation. Absolutely,
Mm.
meditation and working on myself, my inner self, that helped me work through all of my blockages.
For you, what exactly is meditation? Like there are a lot of ways to do meditation. Like it is, you can just start listening to your noise that is in the surrounding. It can be like just focusing on your breathing, how you are breathing. It can be a mindfulness, just focusing on the thoughts that are coming up in your mind. For you, what is meditation and how a beginner can get started with it?
So for me, my meditation is basically breath work, focusing on positive affirmations,
Yeah.
and staying in the stillness, the quietness, right?
Hmm.
And breathing in and breathing out. And I like to do it probably like 15, 20 minutes a day. The first thing, right after you wake up, is the best time. Just before breakfast, I find. And it starts off your day positively in that way, right?
Right.
So then gradually, I started doing stuff like that. And then I started adding things like journaling your emotions of what you're going through,
Right.
taking walks, spending time in nature, or even doing activities and hobbies that you enjoy. We get away from that, When we were
Right.
kids, we used to enjoy doing a lot of things, and you want to get back to that. Or
Mm,
even praying and being grateful for your day, connecting with your body by stretching. These are
mm.
all things that you can integrate gradually. And it's not about perfection, it's about, going at your own pace.
You know what? There are a lot of people who like ask me that Chetan, like you are doing meditation. There are a lot of people who are doing meditation. What is the benefit of doing this breath work? If I just sit in a corner and just start doing this breathing technique, I'm just focusing on my breath. But what is going to be the benefit of this? Like why I am doing this? So for you, what was the Americo before doing meditation, and what are the changes that comes to your life after you started doing meditation?
For me, it helps me receive like inner guidance and awareness of my patterns and habits
Hmm.
that need change, and you need to focus on those areas for growth, right?
Right.
It helps you with your self-esteem, your overall well-being, and all of the energy you use to focus on your external reality, you turn that on the inward, and you
Right.
be happy with yourself and you love yourself
Hmm.
and be happy with who you are, right?
Right.
When you put the emphasis on yourself, then your self-awareness, your self-love, your emotional state, your mental state,
Right.
when you approve of yourself, then your outer reality will start to mirror that inner state,
Hmm.
and things will start to change for the better.
Me, when I started doing meditation, the thing that helped me a lot is I was not in the present moment.
That's
This
right.
is
Forget about the past and forget about the future. Like focus just on your present and work on what you can do, in the present time.
right. There was one person who told me like there is nothing as past and future, and there is no concept of time. Time is not a concept. Like it's
Exactly.
just the
Exactly.
one thing is there, the present. Have you heard about that? Like, what do you think about that?
I've heard of that before. I've heard of that before as well. Just focus on your present and don't worry about the past. The past is the past, right?
Yeah.
And just focus on what you can do in the present, and your future will handle itself.
So you often mention a term that is shadow work, and this is a term like you have focused multiple, like used multiple times with me. So what exactly it is?
So when you hear the term shadow, right? The shadow is basically your negative emotions, your fears, your
Hmm.
limiting beliefs, that
Right.
keep us stuck in our lives. So there are parts of us, like our personality, that we keep hidden from others. And when we integrate our shadow self and we
Yeah.
do the inner work and begin healing, we become more accepting of ourselves. We improve our relationship with others. We have personal growth, and then we begin our transformation.
How do you help people with this? Like, if somebody wants to get started, like, how do you do that?
Well, you would focus on like the inner work. So basically healing, like meditation, positive affirmations, and working on that. And slowly over time, gradually, it starts to change your inner being, and
Hmm.
you start to feel better over a time period.
When I talk to the people and tell them like you should start doing meditation, you should start focusing on the right things, or you should start focusing on the inner self of yours. Some people told me that Chetan, this is not the right time for doing this. Right now, I'm very busy in my work. I'm going to do this after my retirement or when I'm getting older. Or like this is not the time for me to be spiritual and start praying God or doing those things. So, what do you think? What is the right time for people to get into this? And what are the symptoms that comes to them to start doing this?
Well, to integrate the inner work, right? So it doesn't feel like a chore. I would say start off slowly, right? Focus on meditation, positive affirmations, and breath work first thing in the morning, like I was saying, right? And then gradually you can add other practices, like these journaling practices, journaling your emotions, and what you're going through, spending time in nature, and doing all these different activities. And as you gradually integrate these things, working at your own pace, that's what it's all about. It's about the progress, right?
Right. 100%, 100%. Okay, let's talk about more about healing and what does this term works for healing and the people who are watching this for the first time. So, as you help people with the healing part of their life, you heal them with the past traumas and how did this get started? How long is the process? What is that exactly?
The process can take, everybody's different, right? With the
Right,
process,
right. 100%.
it could be 6 months, it could be a year. It depends, but at the same time, you go at your own pace. Like there's
Hmm.
nowhere that has to be perfect where you have to do it, right? Like,
Right.
every day, like you take your time with it. And we all have different stress and different trauma within us, right?
Hmm.
That they can show up in our bodies, like muscle pain, tension, right? Disruptive sleep, anxiety, headaches. And our nervous system heals, and you start to notice like the muscle pain will go away. You start to release tension, feel more relaxation.
What should a ideal day look like for them? Like, how should they start their day? What is the morning routine they should follow? And like, what is your morning routine? You can share yours as well. Like,
Yeah, like my morning routine. I wake up usually around 5 in the morning every morning. And like I said, I do meditation for about 15 minutes to half an hour every morning
Yeah.
in a bath. I like to do it in a bathtub. I feel more like calm, more relaxed. And then I'll start off my day by doing exercise or even taking a walk, a
Yeah.
nice long walk. And you can, and it depends, like with journaling and stuff like that. It depends on what you're going through, right? Like you can add journaling and all, and work on being in nature and doing these activities and hobbies you enjoy, right? So you
Hmm.
just integrate all this stuff slowly, and over time you just feel better.
So it is going to be like you can start doing few things in your morning routine. You can add meditation, that is a must that you should do.
Yeah.
You can add
Yes, I would
doing
say it's,
journaling.
yeah, definitely.
Explain more about journaling. Like how does it look like? Like
Sure.
yeah,
So journaling, for example, you journal your emotions. So whatever you've been through as a child, right?
yeah.
If you write down and you start journaling everything that you've been through, eventually these emotions start coming up and you start releasing these emotions and you feel better. So
Hmm.
that's why I use journaling to help me out.
What do you do when you are in a peak of anxiety? What is the best strategies that we can use to just make it calm, make it down? What do you will recommend to them?
So I would do breath work at that point. So inhaling for 3 seconds,
Hmm.
holding it for two, and
Yeah.
then exhaling for 5 seconds.
Okay.
And this is what helps me deal with my anxiety. So breath
Hmm.
work, um, also, listening to calming music or meditation, obviously.
Yeah.
These are things that I use. So, and it helps me.
Mhm. Music is a very good thing to like to just calm it down, the anxiety or everything that you
Yeah,
have. Like
absolutely.
one person told me the reason behind it, like what is the reason behind the music and you calm down. So he told me like everything is vibrations. Like if you tune the radio in FM or something, like that music is going to come up because the music is already everywhere, but you have to just tune the radio. So everything is vibrations.
Absolutely. You can use different, what is it, megahertz? I heard
Yeah, yeah,
there's
megahertz. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different ones that you can use definitely to bring down your anxiety levels for sure.
So if somebody is going to contact you or want to reach out to you, like what is going to be the best process?
So they can reach out to me on Instagram or even my email, Marico the Spiritual Life Coach at gmail.com.
Yeah. And what was your Instagram?
And my Instagram is Americo_Coratti at Instagram.
Amazing. Yeah. I will just put the links in the description.
Perfect. And then they can email me and we can go through. I have a list of questions that I ask them and see if they align with the program.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we can go onto Zoom and discuss more about what people are struggling with. And yeah, we go from there through our coaching sessions. Exactly. So right now I'm doing 1 or 2 or 3 months program,
Oh,
so
amazing.
sessions. So I tend to find that people are more, they want to find results more faster. Like
Hmm.
they don't want to wait 6 or 12 months
Right. Right.
to get the results. So I try and make it a little bit smaller with 1, 2, or 3 months, and because they want results as soon as possible. So this is
Right.
what I offer.
Americo, like this is amazing. Like the today we had great session, great time. Like I like to talk to you always. Like we have been
I like to
connected
talk to you as
multiple
well.
times.
You're a great guy. You're a great guy.
Thank you, Americo. Americo, before ending this session, there is one thing that comes up in my mind. What do you think is the goal for you? Like, what is the next steps that you wants to achieve? What is going to be Americo after 5 years or 10 years from now?
Well, what I would like to do is I've always been somebody who wants to help others, right?
Hmm.
So I want to help others with heal their inner childhood wounds and whatever problems they may have. But
Yeah.
also eventually in 5 years from now, I'd like to even help other people become spiritual life coaches if I can.
Right.
And that would be something that I look forward to.
So, guys, like if you are watching this podcast till now, it is very important to subscribe to this channel and as well as go and follow Americo in his LinkedIn, Instagram profile. I'm going to put the links in the description so that you can just check it out over there. And Americo, thank you so much for your time. It was amazing talking to you. And guys, if you want a part two, just comment down. I need a part two. We are definitely going to do a part two about a dedicated topic with you, Americo.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much, Americo, for your time. And thank you so much. Bye bye.
All the best. All the best. Bye-bye.